theme here is welcome home. Obviously, it's a little hard to welcome everyone into the physical space right now, although you, of course, are encouraged to join us. We do at least are privileged to share this brand new home that exists online for you. And this presentation is meant to make you feel at home in it. It's like a tour of your new space and all the ways that you can use it to connect with more people. So this is how we're going to do this. We're going to start with a how do we get here with it, which will feature a guest speaker. Our director of community, Shona, will give us a quick update as to sort of how the history of our online platforms and how we got here. We'll then jump into the really nuts and bolts of this, how to log in, because the first step of logging in is a little more difficult than everyone after that. Then we'll go through the two platforms, CSI Spaces and the Common Platform. I'm going to briefly talk about that you can also download these as apps and use them on your phone. We have a couple slides about some of the cool features that are coming in the near future, and then we'll get to questions. By all means, please feel free to drop questions as they come through into the chat. If you could add a little star to them at the beginning, it will help us identify them, and the rest and someone else from our team will sort of pick them out and make sure that they're asked at the end. And please ask all the questions, because of course the goal here is to make sure that you have all your questions answered. We are also joined by so many of the incredible team who made this possible and have more information about maybe if I can't answer it, someone in this call almost certainly can. And so we can get there too. So to jump right in, how do we get here? What problems they're trying to solve? Take it away, Shona.
Hi, everyone. I hope you are all enjoying being warm inside on this gray day. I'm going to give you a little of the history and anyway, if you can't hear me, let me know. But so I started with CSI as a volunteer in 2009, and thus got to be there right at the point when things were changing. So back before time began, that long ago, when I started with the organization, we didn't actually even have an online presence yet. We had sort of a landing page. We were doing all of our room bookings in actual day planners with pencil and an eraser. So we actually have come an enormously long way. Back at that time period when co-working was way less prevalent than it is now, when this concept of shared spaces was really a lot newer and people were still starting to wrap their minds around it, there was nothing available on the market to understand this kind of shared spaces approach that we were putting out there. And so we built one. And we built it from scratch, and we built it in a shared back end so that other people could get access to the code if they needed to. And so at the time, it was absolutely cutting edge. We tailored it to do everything we needed to do to the best of our knowledge at that point. And of course, when you build anything from scratch from the first time, you come at it trying to have answered all of the questions you think you're possibly ever going to have. And more often than not, you get about 50% of the way there. I would say that we probably got about 70% of the way there. And of course, as our organization has grown and as co-working has grown, we've had more questions and more things that we wanted to add on top. We've had better ways to connect with people digitally that have grown in that time period. We've had better back-end tools that have been created in that time period. And so as we aged, we continued to layer on top of what we already had. And eventually there comes a time when you realize that like any good renovation, you have to ask yourself the question of whether or not you add an addition or whether or not it's time to start from scratch again. Realize that the bones were good, but it's time to go back to the foundations and start again. And so we asked ourselves that question at a team meeting a number of years ago. We got a lot of feedback from a lot of you, which was incredibly helpful to us. Sometimes in times of some disappointment with our existing system, sometimes just being like, there are better tools out there. So you did us the incredible gift and favor of giving us clear and honest feedback that the system and the platform that we were using was no longer good enough to meet the needs that we had for this growing community. And so we decided it was time to knock it down and build again. The knock it down and build again, believe it or not, took 5 years from concept to execution. A lot of that doing some work of this incredible transformation team who were small and then became huge, who actually went out and found what was currently available in the market, and what was newest and cutting edge and what would fit our community and our needs the best. And so we come to where we are now, which is a brand new platform. So same foundations, same culture, brand new house. And with that, I'm going to pass it back to Stefan.
Thank you so much. So just as a very quickly to sort of exemplify the changes and differences between what we currently had or what we used to have and what we now have, I will say just to clarify, when we say new common platform on this slide, it actually refers to both CSI Spaces and the common platform, which are intertwined, but two separate platforms, which is why you have to log in. You have to find two emails. But yeah, so basically, this upgrades almost every single part of your experience. It allows us to open up booking to online community members. It allows us to track information significantly easier. It allows you to actually connect with other members in ways that were not possible at all in the previous one, in that you're able to find other members on the common platform and message them directly still on the platform. And that allows you to build a community and hopefully build this community in this space, which you can navigate to, experience, ask forum questions and stuff like that, which we'll show. And really at the sort of bottom of the slide, I think is the most important part, which is that the common platform is meant to improve your capacity and help you and all our members get to impact, and you spend most of their time doing the actual good work that you do as quickly and as effectively as possible. So yes, so as I mentioned, there is a separation between these two platforms. CSI Spaces is the one that will hold your membership and room bookings, and then finance and administration. So that's really your admin piece. You'll be getting, everyone doesn't have to sign into it once, but after that, likely people mostly just booking meeting rooms. It also is where our virtual lounge is, which you can check out as well. But really, it's specifically meant for room booking and administrative pieces. You can also change your membership there, and I'll show that in a second. And then the common platform is everything else. It is your community page. So I will show you again in a second, but please do update your profiles as much as possible. The more information you provide in your profile, the easier it is for other people to find you and connect with your work. And so the more you update your own profile and your organization profile, the better use it will be for everyone. The forums is a super exciting option because as those of you who may have been our listservs previously noted, that it is not a great place for a long discussion, and these forums really are that. They're a place where you're going to be able to sort of go back and forth. You can actually agree with other people's opinions by just by sort of upvoting it. I think that maybe that's a Reddit term, but maybe now it exists across the internet. And then also still post your events and jobs and everything like that. And then we're also able to create, and we have created, you'll notice, groups that connect you just to some more smaller communities. So all CSI members has its own group, which means that you can communicate with all them. And then also your location specific also has its own group. So if you're looking for something in an area around, say, CSI Spadina, you can use a location specific group to get answers from people who are in this building specifically. So how to log in? This is there are two systems. We did just send this one out this morning. So if you have this in your inbox right now, you can do this right now. It will be emailed to your email that you have given us from any one of these emails on the left-hand side. And in the 24 hours, the latest one that was sent to you about a couple hours ago will still be active. So you can do this right now and get yourself logged in, and then you'll be good to go. Once you've logged in once, you won't have to keep looking for this email. You'll then be able to log in like normal. This is just to set it up the first time. And then that's the subject line, important changes to your CSI membership online access. And then for the common platform, the similar type of email looks like this little photo here on the right-hand side. and you can search your inbox from an email from tech@socialinnovation.ca for that. And the subject line there too. This one lasts for 30 days, and so you should be able to find the first one that we sent previously, and you should be able to go from there. If you have any problem with either one of those, feel free to email your location or your list. That's what any of these emails that are here, and we can help you get set up and work through whatever problem might exist. So moving on to CSI Spaces. So I'm just going to exit the full screen for half a second, and I included the actual direct email link or website link down here at the bottom. So you'll be able to go right there, but a handy thing's right here. Can someone tell me that I successfully did just show you this, or is it still showing the other one? Do I need to re-screen share?
It's still showing your presentation.
Great, thank you very much, Timna. All right, moving over here. Bam, success?
Success.
Right, excellent. So this is CSI Spaces. So once you click that link and sign in, you will be brought here. As you can see, it's got a nice, it has a welcome message from me from a couple weeks ago, has a bit of information, and it also links or informs you of these how-to guides, which is up in the top right-hand corner. These how-to guides are as much information as we thought you might need. This is basically where the manual from the old internet ended up, but broken into sort of spaces and parts. And you can even search by your location for location-specific information as well. And it will give you all the information that you need, or as much. And if you don't find information here, please email us, because then we can add it and make sure that you get the support that you might need. If we go back to the dashboard, you'll also notice that there is this room booking feature right here. This is how you book more meeting rooms. I won't get too deep into booking meeting rooms because our amazing events manager, Devin, gave a full presentation on this yesterday, which was way more in depth than I'll be able to go into right now. And we'll be emailing that out to everybody in the next day or two. And so you'll be able to follow those instructions. But really, hopefully, is pretty obvious. You just hit click new booking. You can choose your location, what the capacity is, if there's any amenities you need, and then you can book meeting rooms as you like. To go back to the dashboard, you'll also notice this would be where your invoices would show up if you have invoices, and then the how-to guides. Over here on the left-hand side is the rest of the pieces of things you can learn. So the community tab, this will bring you over to the common platform, which I'll show you in a second. So if you're on here and you want to find and you can't find the information, just click the community tab. It will once you've logged in, of course, it will bring you over there. The virtual lounge is something that we're trying out. If I'll click the tab so you can start to see it. This is the lobby. If I click this button here, it will bring me to a lounge that automatically opens up if any member joins. So you could honestly, if you are in a common platform and are messaging someone and want to have a quick chat, instead of having to figure out how to send another video link, you both could just agree to show up in this virtual lounge and you'd be able to talk to them directly. Now, anyone else can also join. It's not a private link, but it is a great place for a light connection. And we're still playing around with how else it could be used in terms of animation. This is the meeting room tab, so it can bring you here in the same sort of way. Billing. This gives you all the information. Please do, if you are the head person or the billing contact for us, please do fill out your payment details. That is very important. It will allow you to book meeting rooms. If you don't have a credit card to fill it out, please email our events manager and they can help you out. This also will search where you can find your invoices. Mine's not a great search, obviously, because luckily CSI isn't billing me for working for them. It also gives you a chance to understand what your memberships are, one-off fees, and then everything else. I think the credits is so the credits is our coins feature. So again, it was more mentioned in yesterday's How to CSI about credits and coins, or coin specific is what they're called, which is basically how you get your free meeting room hours now. But this will tell you how many you have remaining each month. So you can go up here, choose which month we are in. You should go to your current month. And then that will tell you how many coins you have left, which is so much easier than you might remember last time, which are in our previous system, which was trying to count out how many hours you used or keeping track of yourself. We will do that for you all through this system that's right here. There's an account profile systems, which you can help you find your bookings and team members and like that. The one other, if you want to add or remove team members, you can now use this direct portal instead of having to email leasing. You can just do it directly here and it goes to us. And then perhaps the biggest upgrade is this change of membership link here, which lets you submit a request to change of membership, which means you can both upgrade from a online community membership or any other membership to a higher package, or downgrade just going here and using that link. And that sort of does all the work for you instead of having to reach out to us and we'll send you an email and get you to reapply and stuff like that. All of that is now held within this system. And then again, and then the last sort of pieces are about us and benefits and stuff like that. So if you want to, this is the About Us page. So by all, please feel encouraged to look around and check out all these pieces of profiles. And there's so much more to do here. But really, the piece I want to spend more time on is the common platform. So this is the common platform. Please tell me if I'm not screen sharing the common platform. I feel like I probably am now.
You're good.
Great. And this is the new community space, and this is really the bread and butter of your ability to connect with each other and with our growing network of individuals. And so you'll see over time we'll be having more and more people coming from other networks and joining us, not only just CSI members, but hopefully people from other networks as well. And the goal is to make this a common platform, hence the name, for social innovators across the country and the world. And so if you want to learn more about it and how to expect things, there's this About function here, which explains both how-tos and video guides, has our sort of culture participation, sort of what we expect from you in regards to, and everyone else in regards to being interacting with each other. There is a terms of use and a privacy policy if you have any questions about those things as well. But what you'll be brought to first is this main page. And this main page, as you see, has includes a live feed. And so this is everyone who has come in and is posting. As you see, people are already posting about different things and great links and stuff like that. And so please, check this out and post if you have anything to promote. It is also how you can currently share events. And so you can create an event. You click on the link, add the information that you need here, and then you can share it away. And it will automatically end up on this upcoming events tab that's right over here, and where you can also browse other events that people have created. And then opportunities, of course, is our newly updated job board. So we started to make it a little more open in that it can be a short-term project, internship, a volunteer opportunity, or a job. At all our options here. You can explain type of contract, location, start date, all the things you might ask, salary, currency even. You need to have some sort of description of the event, and then anything else that might be required. And then you hit save and you're good to go. And that will again also show up on in the opportunity section that is also viewable from here. And it'll show up on this live feed as well. The people place so the people and projects are the places where perhaps the most significant and most obvious upgrades come into play, because the search functions are incredible. And as more people sort of show up around Canada and the world, you'll be able to sort of see where folks are. But one thing I will say is that this operation really heavily requires and relies on you filling out your profiles. So there's a million ways we can search, but you will only show up if you have filled out your profile with the information to be searched. So especially if you're looking to connect with people in your field, please do fill out all this information, or as much information as you feel would be good for you. And you can search in for any of these topics, and then including the one that I'm hoping to really build out is this services I can provide, expertise I need, because I think at that point that's when this really becomes a community of people helping each other and working together. So if you do have services you can provide or are looking for support, please do fill out some of these pieces because they will be really useful and important. This projects and organizations tab is our big ask for the day. If you've already logged in, our big ask today, if you have not logged in, our big ask for the day is to log in. And then our secondary ask, if you have logged in, is to please update your project. Anyone who is a member of the project can update the project, so it doesn't have to be your ED or whoever holds the expansive billing contact. Anyone can do it, but there is so much information here that is useful and valuable that you can fill out, and then that is how people can also find you as well. So for as an example of one that looks nice because it's filled out, as you can see, your logo will replace this as soon as you put up there. You can fill out your pitch, which obviously is very helpful given the number of places people have asked for that, although there's clearly some folks who already have done so thank you to those folks. And then you can click in here, and then you have a whole little profile. Obviously, CSI has more staff likely than many people, but helps out. Lets you know the SCGs you can focus on, the types of work they do, and all these other different pieces. And this is a great example. And once you fill all these things out, people will be able to find you and connect with you. And this is what people show up when people search your organization internally. And so it really goes a long way to allowing the community to work together and to really connect. And so please fill out your profile. That is my big ask for the day, and I promise it will improve both your experience and the community's experience of this platform. The groups function basically works similarly to or is the beginnings of a similar work function as to our listservs. Obviously, they overlap right now, but it's a place for, especially as other networks come in, if you want to share something exclusively with CSI members, you can go to this group and here you can post it. You can even tag it so people can actually search specifically for particular tags. So as this grows and expands, you'll be able to be like, oh, I remember someone had posted that job a while ago, and you'll be able to search jobs and see what shows up. For example, I posted a job that the Center for Quality Rights Accommodation was hiring for 9 days ago, and the tag now shows that up. And so these tags will allow you to search in historically and really find information out. Also lets you find which members are in CSI or in your location-specific option as well. And then the part that I'm really excited about is this forum post option, which hopefully will be used for more things than Thai food and art history, although art history is lovely. The best place for Thai food, in case you're wondering, is Sukhothai, at least according to Timna and myself. But you can create a new discussion pretty simply right here, subject, in the beginning of a discussion, and then people can start commenting and responding. I'm really excited about this opportunity from a standpoint of things like, if you're on listserv, have been on listserv for a while, you might recognize the fact that someone asks for a list of accountants approximately every 6 months. And so how great would it be if instead of that, they could just search this forum post and every new accountant could add their name or a recommendation that they might have. And then we could have this ongoing living document of recommended and supported accountants or any other type of industry that people might be looking for, all in-house in this member page and vouched for by the community. And so that to me is a very exciting opportunity. But as I mentioned, there's also location-specific ones which can grow and expand as people are looking for different things too. So, our director of communication recently looked for some photos, people hanging out at a specific location, and I posted here too. But so please do post to these groups. I think these groups are really an opportunity for us to be able to really expand our offering and community online. Events, this is the events board. If you post event previously, it's automatically pulled here, and you'll be able to see what kind of events are coming up and indicate you're going, which also means that you can also, if you say you're going, someone else might see you're also going and might be like, hey, we could go to this thing together. Obviously, right now it's all online, so you're probably just going to also see their little Zoom face. But as the world gets out of this pandemic at some point, hopefully in the not forever future, we'll get there. Opportunities is the place I mentioned previously. So there are already 7 opportunities posted. So thank you so much for people who have been posting these opportunities, and you can just publish them right there and look and apply for any jobs that you might have. The stories function is a place that automatically links to the blog posts and stories posts that we have made on our external website. And so if you want to find out what your fellow members are doing or what our comms team is talking about these days, you can go here, and then you can search all the different stories. And then you can search by category, or also by clicking the link they find interesting. This CSI tab basically brings you back to the common platform. So you can kind of room bookings, and then it goes there. And the CSI groups takes you to the groups function. Membership again takes you off to CSI Spaces for these issues as well. So again, even though they're 2 platforms, we're really integrating them as much as we can to make it as simple as possible. And once you've logged into both, you should be able to click back and forth without much difficulty. The one other feature I'll note is that you do have you can get all of your settings up here. Your notifications, you can change your settings and what you want to get notified by and what you want to get emailed to as well. And also, this is the messaging system you can send a message to. So there's also a direct messaging system that works here as well. And then if you want to edit your actual profile, you can do that here and search other things and check your settings as I mentioned previously. If you want to contact us, you can do that too. So that's the quick overview of the 2 pieces. Obviously, my big encouragement for you all is to come in and try it out and test it out. And I think that would be, the more you test it out and the more you learn, the more useful the whole operation will be for you and for everybody. I'm close to done, so I will keep through and then we'll get to questions. I apologize for the amount of talking I'm doing. So again, Town Platform, and now the apps. So super exciting. One of the great additions to having these new platforms is that we have an app that exists for both the common platform and CSI Spaces. CSI Spaces will allow you to book meeting rooms and manage your billing online. The common platform will do all of the other pieces. You, of course, on the apps can also change your membership or really do anything or mostly everything you can do, to my knowledge, on the browser version in these apps as well. To me, I think the room booking one is the one for me where I'm like, that really strikes me as very helpful. They're on Google Play and the App Store. I will say that the CSI Spaces app, you have to have at least a better than an iPhone 6, which is my phone, and it doesn't work. But the Common Platform app, downloaded great, and the Spaces app, as long as you don't have a phone from about 8 years ago, you should be okay. But just as a heads up, you can't find it. It's likely because it requires an iOS update that you have not done yet, which is unfortunately where I'm at. But yeah, they're very great, and they work fantastically, and it's super exciting that we get to have these options. So lastly but not leastly, some features to look forward to, and then we'll get to questions. One is you'll be able to integrate event registration and ticket sales. So our hope is that in the future, people will be able to use this as their own Eventbrite or other piece like that, which it'll be able to still go publicly. People will publicly be able to see it and register, and you won't have to sort of pay for some other ticketing service and like that. That you'll be able to use this system to allow yourself to do that, and that we as CSI will be able to do that for our own events, which is very exciting. We're also looking to launch a multi-vendor marketplace to make sure that each organization doesn't have to have their own org or own e-commerce platform that can be quite expensive. And so if you are a CSI member in the future, a Common Platform member, you hopefully will be able to sell and manage your marketplace as connected to this whole platform. And it will also allow us to scale CSI Educates, which will allow people to you don't have to create your own e-learning platform. You'll use this platform to do that as well. and then leverage the power of networks to sort of promote to all the people who will be on the Con platform. And this one that we've been mentioning for talking about a while, an automated impact report generation. So you may have remembered previously this discussion around man, I blanked the name of the actual project we were working on.
Impact Dashboard.
There it is, Impact Dashboard. Thank you, Kareem. This is the next generation of that. We've put a bunch more work into it, and it's going to be able to be automatically linked into your profile. And so you'll be able to sort of access it directly in here. So it'll be a part of the Con platform, will be the ability to access this. Now, these are all, of course, future states. So right now, the key is to remember is to really just update your profile because that is the most helpful you can be right now. And with that, I'll open for questions.